I think Inkling, the only thing Inkling benefits from on online is the bad rollers become better. But good rollers are significantly worse. Upper is basically impossible to land as a kill tool. So I think Inkling does significantly worse online. It's only super bad Inklings that might think that Inkling benefits from online. It's hard for me to say what I would be ranked in Sweden in this game. I have been beating all the Gothenburg players like that I played against offline. Like I think I've had like maybe 6-7 sessions with the top 3 in Gothenburg, and I have yet to lose a single first to 5. But I also don't really know how Gothenburg stacks up to other regions in Sweden. Can someone make an axe command? Basically say, basically in the command you say axe have lost the 17 last sets, and I will try to help him win. Yeah, no, Pikachu gets destroyed by Puff in melee. I can play Crom the final match. Well, it depends on what you mean by doable, but the matchup is really bad. Yeah, sometimes Sikorf. Sometimes. But it depends as well. Because at some point, like, let's say someone enters like 15 tournaments in 15 weeks, and someone enters 8. Like, entering 8 tournaments in 15 weeks is still a lot. And then if you take cases like me and Leffen, like we always had to like outperform people by a lot just because we couldn't enter as much. If Inkling got deleted, I have no idea what character I would main, to be honest. Because all the other characters I find fun are just not good. Well, at least when you compare like pros and mid-level players and stuff in Melee, Punish game and edge guarding is like such huge differences for players as well. But in this game, you can't really do too much in terms of Punish game with many characters. It's like incredibly set in stone, where even like mid-level players can easily perform the combos, assuming they know how the combo works. Yeah, no, it's true. I did put Puff low on my list, but I also do think that the differences in tiers are much lower in this game than like other Smash games. Like, I feel like people always get mad when you rank characters low, but like, you have to rank someone low. Yeah, Diddy Kong struggles to kill. I think really the main thing is getting very good at landing the banana. Landing the banana, getting good at ledge trapping, because Diddy Kong is good ledge trapping still. That's like the 2 main things. Well, I feel like after that Genesis performance from Axe, and then it's like with Gommel coming up as well, it was about time. It's about time. Like, I always felt like Axe could win a tournament of that, you know, importance and size, or maybe not size because of, like with Summit, but of that like importance, like such a stacked tournament. Like, I always felt like it could happen, but until like Genesis and especially Gommel, I was always like asking if it would happen. But yeah, after Gommel, I was like, yeah, it's literally about time. He's arguably the like of the OG characters, it's only Pikachu and Fox that is like always pretty good. It's weird though, because in Brawl, the Japanese tier list had Fox higher than Pikachu, but the North American list had Pikachu quite a lot higher. Is Summit an S tier tournament? Well, truth to be told, so okay, I won 4 straight Summits, right, in singles. I didn't hear a single person refer to Summit as an S tier or as a super major. I lose to Mewtwo at Summit 6, and all of a sudden, I hear people call it a super major. So some people here on my stream start joking about the fact that I intentionally lost to gain 4 super majors. But nah, regardless of how people count it, like specifically, it's still an important tournament for sure. It's hard though to say, since it's like what is it called? An invitational. But in some ways, I feel like Summit provides the best gameplay. Or at least it gives you the chance to have the best gameplay. Because setups are never an issue. You can practice with like a lot of great players. You don't have people that interrupt you. Yeah, Pikachu's worst game. It's actually hard to say which game is Pikachu's worst. It's like either Melee or Brawl. Or I don't know. It's hard to say. 64 is obviously his best game. And Ultimate, I think most people would agree about, is his second best game. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, at worst, he's still like able to win like super majors, which is crazy. Nah, Blur, take it easy. You can't mean that he's top 5 or 6 in Melee. I know you said pretty much in all the games, but in Melee, it's no fucking way he's top 5. I will say though that he is a bit underrated. Well, the thing is, Pikachu does actually do better in some matchups than Peach and Falcon. But even then, even if he's above Falcon and Peach, he would still have to climb above Sheik as well. Now, the thing is, I currently put Peach as 7th. But the thing is, if you, like, I do think Peach is better than Pikachu, so don't get me wrong. I put Pikachu as at 8th, personally, right now. But Pikachu does significantly better than Peach against Marth and Falcon. He does obviously, like, he loses the head-to-head a lot. He does worse against Sheik. He does way worse against Ices. He does worse against Falco. But yeah, he does better against Marth and Falcon for sure. Yeah, Falco, he does worse. He does worse. I would be very confident about that. But he actually might do better against Fox. So I could see like an opportunity for Pikachu to climb above. Yeah, Float is amazing against Falco. His ground, like his pressure when you're on the ground is so strong. But Peach can avoid that a lot. That's actually what a lot of Peaches does wrong against Falco, is that they are grounded way too much. You want to be grounded once you already are like very close or in advantage, like on knockdowns. Now tell them, Blur. Tell them. Peach is 8th. And Fox, I feel like a lot of people probably by default would say Peach does better for sure. But I think after some thinking, people realize that Pikachu actually might do better. But I think Yoshi, Luigi, and Dr. Mario can win Super Majors. Yoshi for sure. Luigi and Dr. Mario, it could happen. It could happen. But that's like, that's where it ends. That's where it ends. No other characters. But I could see a timeline where Doc or Luigi win like a single time. Like I don't think Ganon, for example. Ganon fucking sucks. Oh, Samus as well. Samus hasn't won. Samus could, but I think Yoshi's more likely. Not that Yoshi's necessarily a better character than Samus, but I actually probably think so at the moment. DreamHack stopped supporting Smash after Hugs won. It's actually sad. Like I'm like 100% understand why they dropped Melee in Europe for the DreamHacks, but it's kind of sad that they didn't give Ultimate a chance. It's still sad they dropped Melee, but a lot of it had to do with the fact that they sadly never listened to the feedback. Like the DreamHacks in Sweden are much bigger than the DreamHacks in the US. Like not for Smash, but overall. Like DreamHacks in Sweden, I think it tend to be like 30,000 people or something. Like to put it in perspective, Evo is like a small event in comparison to DreamHack. So Smash was never like their, oh what the fuck, this connection, yeah, we can't play after this one. No, the say notes, very different. Every person I've helped, it's like new notes. Okay, actually the only time I sent the same notes was for Smash and Splash. I sent the same notes to IFDW. Like I worked for notes for him, and then I was like, oh, Plup is gonna play H-Box. Like I might as well send the notes. So I sent them to Plup and Leffen too. But every other time, it's always new notes. Yeah, no, for me, I like the ledge system in Melee way more. It's more risky to be off stage, and you have to learn how to properly recover. With so many characters in this game, you don't have to learn how to recover. You make it back for free. And I think when you make such crucial parts of the game so one-dimensional, it's hard for me to like appreciate it. The same thing with the Punish game. That the Punish game is really one-dimensional, where many characters have an exact same sequence that they'd use for combos every time. And it just like, you can't be as creative and it's not as much to learn. And some people like it that way because it's easier to, you know, pick it up, but it gets very repetitive. Yeah, no, Warikov, I've said it before, like, in a hypothetical scenario where you could take, let's say Melee, because tiers are more extreme in Melee than in Ultimate. If you could take Melee to a place where they have never seen Melee, they have never heard about Melee, and you start hosting tournaments there, and pro players, you know, from, you know, the US and Europe and so on, if they all play characters like, okay, maybe not all the way down to like Bowser, but if you take characters like Link, Young Link, DK, and pro players won with those characters, I promise you that the masses in this hypothetical place would believe that Link, Young Link, DK were top tiers. 100%. Because most people don't actually try to understand. They just look at the results and they're like, yep, that's the best.